Hello everyone, PraiseCode here. Welcome back to more of Kirby Canvas Curse. Last time, we went through the Rainbow Run with mostly DDD, and now it's time for our last planned playthrough of the main game with our last available character. So Meta Knight, before we even jump in, Meta Knight, I believe, I could be wrong on this, Meta Knight has the least amount of health at 3 health, but he is the fastest and, if not for DDD, the strongest of the characters. So you are literally playing with the glass. Yep, he has 3 health. So you're literally playing with the glass cannon here. So this particular playthrough of the game may go pretty quick, just because we schmoove. Also, Meta Knight is very floaty, because, you know, he flies normally. So anytime we come across an enemy to attack, like if an enemy is stunned or we even roll into them, they will just not exist. They will commit not here. Although he cannot break blocks. Oh, and this is such a welcome change that I get to use a character that isn't like 17 million tiles wide, and I can just kind of go across. Also, I think his dash lasts longer than Kirby's. But if you ever want to get high score on the dash jump, this is your character. This is your character that will get the furthest jump on the dash jump. Because he floats a little bit, he go fast. Yeah. But again, like I said, glass cannon. So we're going to be probably burning through so many lives with him. Also, this character, remember how, like, in level 7? I'm going to say level 7. Actually, we don't need to worry about that. What's going on over there? Yeah, level 7, Mad Machinations, or Mad Mechanism. That one level that I said, there's this one medal in here that I came at here later with a specific character in order to complete it. This is that character. Because Meta Knight flies so much, because Meta Knight just floats and flies and goes super fast so much, he makes getting that one medal super easy. But I would actually say playing as Meta Knight in this context is effectively playing the hard mode. Yes, you hit like a truck. Yes, you go fast. You have less health than you start the game out with as Kirby. So my recommendation, if you're going to play as him or play along, you will want to be picking up a metric ton of 1-ups, as many as you possibly can. Not for my safety, but for your own. Also, somehow he has his sword here. Don't ask how. Listen, don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. Anyway, we're just gonna draw big square loops. Yep, big square loops. Brother, we shall draw the big square loops. So there will probably be a lot of times where I will not be touching Meta Knight because his natural movement speed means I just don't really means I don't have to do anything. He just naturally will move that fast without me touching anything. And I don't think he like has that pause moment that a lot of other characters have. You've definitely seen it while watching. Like if a character rolls without interactions for long enough, they'll kind of go into an idle pose, so to say. And that idle pose, yeah, that particular idle pose triggers more often with Waddle Dee and King DDD amongst all the characters, but Meta Knight never has that idle pose of just rocking back and forth. Yep, you can actually see the end of the long jump. Oh, apparently there is a bonus of 900 stars if you get back there. Well, haven't we learned something today? We're just learning so much here. So, like I said before, I did look into some of the rewards we have to get, and I will say that there actually is going to be some additional, we are actually going to have a little bit We're actually going to have to go into the sub-games, aka the boss stages that we had before, because I did mention that I believe a level 3 unlocks. But I never mentioned, I never did accurately portray if those level 3s have anything in them. In fact, I'm pretty sure I said the level 3 variations of all these boss stages that you unlock don't offer anything. They do. Basically, getting the A rank or the highest score possible in those particular stages does get, you do have to do them because it will get you a medal. So we will be playing the sub games again at some point, but probably after the next set, like the next set of oh, I don't need to hit that. But yeah, all of the I kind of have these videos timed out where I can do 6 of these stages. 6 of the stages, both line ride and time trial and line trial. But I feel like we will actually have to make the last segment of that, or we're gonna have to divide that up anyway, just because that would technically be actually a lot more than 6, isn't there? I'm smart. Yeah, we'll be dividing that up. We'll probably do like 6. We'll probably do like 6 or 7 of those Rainbow Run stages. Yeah, we will do like 6 or 7 of those stages. Sorry, I gotta stop and think. My brain is not operating full capacity right now. We'll do like 6 or 7 of those Rainbow Run stages, a video, and then we'll probably have to also tack on one more video that is, or to the end of that video, which is going to be doing the sub games, aka boss stages on their hardest difficulty, and getting frustrated because there's also now a rank tie with it. Again, Meta Knight is floaty. It wasn't evident by the fact that I literally let him go from the air current, and he said, "Nah, I'm gonna fly." I said, "Please don't fly. This is a no-fly zone. You are a ball. How do you fly?" And then I sit and look at the humble Finch and go, well, "How do you fly?" Listen, a finch is literally a borb. That thing, that word that the internet is absorbed with? No, that is obsessed with? A borb? Yeah, that's what a finch is. Do not put me in your confounding bubbles. The great Meta Knight does not appreciate bubbles. I cannot pull off his Kirby right back at you voice. I mean, I can't pull voices to start with, but the Kirby right back at you voice is also in that mix. Probably because, again, I'm not fully here right now, and my voice is very strained, despite the fact, well, you can see the time in what day I'm recording this on the start of the video. So I'm not ruining any illusion here, but dang it. Can you get up the cannon from there? No, of course not. Like, I'm recording this right after the holidays, and even though I haven't really been talking much or doing much with my time outside, actually having a holiday, unlike how I normally do, where, like, I work through my holiday, I've actually been having a holiday, so, like, I haven't really strained my voice yelling at people. Or yelling at people, I say. I haven't really strained my voice so much, but I definitely also haven't been, like... Sorry, I got caught up in the conversation. I haven't been straining my voice at all, but because I haven't been talking as much, or I haven't been, like, resting my voice as much as I'm used to, I'm very much scratching my voice. Also, it's definitely probably because we got that, that over 3K, like, hit the very back end of the long jump right now, but that is, we definitely have more lives right now than we ever had with DDD. Meta Knight, you want to settle down there with the lives? I realize slaying your foes and living forever, despite the fact you should not have lived through that, whatever that is kind of your bag, but let's not. Man, you do not know how happy I am that I get to play a character that's quote-unquote normal-sized, and that I don't have to, like, sit here constantly tapping double the size holes and squeezing through tiny little holes otherwise. You have no idea how my elation is at this revelation. Did I structure a sentence like that? Probably. Listen, I very much subscribe to the school of verbal diarrhea, where words fly out, and I barely screen them unless I know it's a word I should never say, unless the game says it for me. Oh, the joys of content creation. Don't say that word. Why? The game just said it. Don't say that word, though. You know, I'm gonna get off this subject because I'm probably gonna blind myself in hot water if I try keeping on it. So let's ignore the last 2 minutes. Let's ignore the last couple minutes and just go, haha, funny blue orb. You like funny blue orb, right? Actually, everybody likes funny blue orb. Oh, am I right? Am I right? Everybody who played competitive brawl, everybody likes the funny blue orb. Scooter, nobody played competitive brawl. They did when it was the only Smash Brothers out. What do you mean the only Smash Brothers out? Right, most of you were probably too young to remember that period in life where Brawl was the competitive game and Melee actually got sidelined long enough for people for people to realize Brawl sucks for competitive. Anyway. Oh, I think I popped the thing. I think I actually popped the I did pop like a max intuitor, but I did not stick around long enough to actually see it. Oh. It's fine. We're okay. It's actually kind of weird to have a character that's even lighter than Waddle Dee. Like, Waddle Dee very much was just like, yeah, I'm here. I'm here and I'm existing. Meta Knight is definitely here to remind people of their mortality rate, and that it is very high. I'm also noticing that they're reusing this game. Keep in mind, Amazing Mirror was the game that came out before this, so like this was kind of like a this game was kind of a tech demo of sorts for what the DS could do. Of sorts, not actually, but just of sorts. But this game was definitely a tech demo. So with that in mind, you gotta recognize that, you know, the game is that they're going to reuse assets from the Game Boy Advance game. So I only say that because like the 1-up icon for Meta Knight in this is straight up his 1-up icon from Nightmare in Dreamland, because you can unlock a Meta Nightmare mode, and that also continued the trend of a lot of Kirby games having a hey, what if Meta Knight portion of the game. That was definitely a part of the game. It was just like, what if Meta Knight? Although, I'm only trying to think of it. I think the only games I can think of that did that right now are Nightmare in Dreamland. And, of course, Meta Knight was a playable character in a lot of the 4-player Kirby games. But, outside of that... sorry, I'm jumping from time frame to time frame super fast. I'm well aware. Huh, he recovers fast. But yeah. But there was also Meta Nightmare Ultra and Kirby Superstar Ultra. So I guess Meta Knight actually was just... Meta Knight has been playable, but he's been barred off to, like, you know, remake games and 4-player games. Kind of weird when you think about it, right? I say kind of weird. At this point, everybody's just kind of like, what do you mean Meta Knight's not playable in Game X that Kirby is playable in? You know, I was actually about to backtrack on that statement when I remembered Forbidden Land. It's like, no, Meta Knight is in Forbidden Land, but he is definitely an enemy. Well, quote-unquote enemy. Much like how Meta Knight do be doing, which this is actually still... Oh boy, here comes not necessary Kirby lore again. Kind of in Kirby lore, Meta Knight is kind of the one that basically tests to make sure Kirby is ready to handle what responsibility is placed before him. Spoilers, Kirby is literally a child in the head, so no, he's not. Well, in most scenarios, anyway. I mean, Kirby's handled a lot more things than he probably should. That he probably should be handling. Hey, how's it going, Ceiling? I hit the back wall. Yeah, that's something I've actually managed to do a lot, and I remember doing a lot in this game. I actually have never landed in that... Yeah, this video that you're seeing right now, that's like the only time I've ever landed in that area beyond the back wall. Hey, speaking of Meta Knight going fast, we actually have enough time to do one more stage, because he just moves that fast. You thought I was kidding about the speed! Sorry. Saddy. I'll be better, son. Yes, amongst the cavalcade of voices I can't do, Luigi. Uh-oh. We're fine. So I will say, like, the unlock we'll get... hate. The last badge unlock we will get. Yeah, the last badge, or the last thing we'll unlock with medals is cool, but it's also kind of useless. Because, again, I read up on this stuff, and I don't think I actually, myself, properly 100% of this game. So... Uh-oh. So, I'm going to be seeing this, what this is firsthand. And my hope that by unlocking everything as I do, that I'll unlock the goodie, that I'll be unlocking the goodie that will help us. Now, let's see. Now, let's see. I'm going to ignore your planned expedition over there. Game, I realize you have a planned path and expedition for me to travel, but I'm going to say no. I'm not going to lie. I actually kind of want to take the death here. I hit one. I hit one on the way up. Now give me just a moment to think and give me a moment just to think and focus. Even though I'm pretty sure when I went through this with Kirby, I didn't miss any of these, or with Waddle Dee. There we go. Later, nerds. Hey, remember that? Remember me and my terrible memory and remember what I was talking about? Yeah, that happened again. I got focused on poking tiny little squares. You know, I never did talk about it. Never did talk about it. So this is kind of like a very little, very late. But those star posts we keep hitting, unless we go through a door. Unless we go through a door, those star posts are actually our checkpoints. Now, why do I bring it up now? Well, with Kirby, it wasn't so much of a problem if you were unlocking things as you went. Playing as Meta Knight, though, you will probably... Playing as Meta Knight, though, you're probably going to be using checkpoints a lot more than you care to admit. Simply because Meta Knight's squishy. But hey, we're going to have over 30 lives by the time we're done here. So use that squish to your advantage. I feel like that's a phrasing moment. Did I just have a phrasing moment? Probably. Alright. Well, with that all set. With that all said and done, and we even got through an extra stage more than everybody else. Everyone, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Kirby Canvas Curse. Come back next time when Meta Knight will probably blaze through another third of the game before... Man, we're just going to go super fast, isn't it? I'll see you folks next time. Take care.